yeah, today I'm going to talk to you about a project that I've been developing through my PhD thesis and that I continue today to develop. So the name is EcoBase. So it's a repository solution to gather and communicate information from EcoBase with ecosystem models. And so I present you today this as part of the EwE models repository working group that we created within the EcoBase consortium, which chair is DJ Gasquet, and I'm a member of this group. And so, yeah, I will get into the detail. So first, as an introduction, I don't know, does everybody know EcoBase with EcoSym, or I can do a small explanation? I do the small explanation. All right, let's go to the end. Cool, let's go. So yeah, just go back on the EcoBase with EcoSym. So it's a very famous ecosystem model for marine ecosystem or freshwater aquatic ecosystem globally. And so the idea is that you model one ecosystem, so that's to say one site and one trophic network, and you try to represent the old trophic network. So starting from detritus primary producers to some more high trophic level, and also fisheries. Oh, thank you. Perfect. So the idea is that you have some data to put as input, notably some data coming from FishBase, so there is a strong interaction between FishBase and EcoBase with EcoSym. And so the idea is that, for example, you have as input the biomass, the production and biomass ratio, that you have for all these trophic groups representing different compartments of the ecosystem. And after, you also have the diets, so a bunch of, it's a quite data-intensive model. But after it enables you through a mass balance procedure to have a simplified representation of your trophic network and to see all the links between your different compartments, quantify this, and have also some ecosystem indices. What is the maturity of my ecosystem? What is the impact of fisheries? So, yeah, it's a very simplified representation, and there is also on that dynamic simulation through EcoSym and also space simulation through EcoSpace. So, I will come back to the beginning. So yeah, so EcoBase with EcoSym, it has been developed at the origin by Geoffrey Polovina in 1984 to represent the French figure shoals in the tropics. And after it has been mostly developed by Billy Christensen, Daniel Pauly, and Carl Waters, notably here at the, not here, but at the ICLAM in the Philippines in the 90s. So now it became like a standard for modeling marine ecosystems with more than 500 applications overall. And it integrates several types of data, as I told you. So you get the data proper to the model, the biomass, the production and biomass ratio, all these values pertaining to trophic groups. You also got several types of data as metadata associated to the model, which ecosystem am I modeling, where is it, what is the references. So all these data that are not always easily accessible. So there have been previous attempts in the past to construct EcoBase model database, notably on the EcoBase website, but it has been quite unsuccessful. And so, notably when I started my PhD thesis, I wanted to do a big meta-analysis of EcoBase models. And when we start a PhD thesis, we're always very enthusiastic. And after I started to say, where can I have these models? And it started to be quite complicated. And so that's where we came up with this idea of constructing really like a real database, open access database for EcoBase models, whose main goals are to gather the published EcoBase with EcoSym models, communicate on this modeling research, and facilitate a meta-analysis based on this modeling approach. So, what the structure is that it's designed to store all the data coming from EcoBase. Right now, we're not accounting for EcoSym and EcoSpace, only EcoBase. That's already a big task. And we gather three types of data. The metadata, which for me are notably the most critical data when you want to do meta-analysis. So metadata, as I say, all the data surrounding the model. I will come back later on this. The inputs and the outputs of the model. And we constructed a PostgreSQL database, so that's a bit complicated, but basically what it means is that we have an online database server with very powerful capabilities to share information with a whole bunch of users. And so if you want to find all the details on this, it's published in the Fishery Center research reports. So what's the structure? So I'm not going to detail all the structures, but we have first the metadata, as I told you. So that's to say, for example, the objectives and the history of the model, what is the model ecosystem and its characteristics, what are the references, the authors, so everything surrounding the model. We got the inputs of the model, so we gather all the inputs of the EcoBase models. So for example, also accounting for pretty new tools as the taxonomy tool, where there is a strong interaction with FishBase, or the pedigree tool. So very, like, we have really all the inputs and all the outputs. So having all this data with the PostgreSQL design, it enables to have powerful capabilities. So we distinguish quite two types of users, because you cannot give access to the data to everybody, and you cannot give the right to everybody to modify the data, because that becomes a big mess. So basically we distinguish two types of users. So the general users, for which we are now developing web services, so they can access the data in easy ways. And also the more expert users, the developers, who can directly access the data, the web data, through connections, so through R, QGIS, access to do their statistical analysis. And so I will present you two web services today, but there is more under development and some ideas. You are very welcome to tell us your ideas. So that's first one, it's a web service. It's a discovery tool we place on the EcoBase website. So you got here the address if you want to go on here. And that's a simple discover tool enabling you to see where all the EcoBase models that have been developed are located. So you got here also a list of the model. You can search by country, by author, by whatever, pelagic if you want to just like it, so quite everything. And for example, here if you click on the model of the Boreal Sea, you have, after you can see pretty easily all the details on the model. So who is the author, a little map of the model, the reference, so that send you back to the reference. And you can see here that we have a little thing, data are not available for download. This should change pretty soon because we want all the models to be open access. But the main principle of the basis of the database is that we want open access for all the models. And so the second web service I can present you is that as you say, I work on also on EcoTroph, which is a plugin to EcoBase. And for example, we have an EcoTroph plugin in EcoBase, and that enables you to download all the EcoTroph data to run EcoTroph on every EcoBase model you want. So that's something that is also going to run. So another thing is that, for example, you can do quite interesting meta-analysis. This is an example of a study I did with Audrey Barnes, that I co-hosted with Audrey Barnes in ecological modeling. And so we did a whole meta-analysis on the EcoBase metadata to see how this model has been applied since 1984. And all the different characteristics. And here, for example, is where it has been applied. So you can see that in the first decade, from 1984 to 1993, it was mostly focused in tropical ecosystems, mainly because it was developed here at ICARN, and so with a focus on tropical systems. And after, so from 1984 to 2014, it's now covered pretty much every area of the world. So you got an EcoBase model in every FAO area, at least one. And there is still some areas that are not very well represented. That is high latitudes here, the Indian Ocean. There are some LMEs without any EcoBase model, so there are some terrain incognita still. So for example, if you want to develop a model in the Somali current or the Bangkok Sea, you will be the first one to develop the EcoBase model here, which is quite exciting. So that's quite simple results that you can have from large meta-analysis. And right now the current state is that so through my PhD, I've been merging three pre-existing databases coming from Lynn Morissette Aquarium, Sanchez, and David Christensen, plus some literature review. So we merged all of that. And we got, at the end, 563 EcoBase models, but some are duplicates because we got different versions from different databases. So it was a struggle at the beginning. So in fact, at the end, we got 435 distinct models, whose 303 with EcoBase models. And so the current state is that's a bit complicated, but don't read everything. So the current is that metadata, we got it for all the models. We got most inputs for all the models, and some outputs, mainly what I was using for my thesis, but now we're on the stage of uploading, fulfilling all the data coming from the EcoBase models. And the most important ongoing step is that right now we are getting back to the authors, notably the one where we got a different version of the model. So we send a formula, so maybe some of you received an email from the EcoBase consortium asking you to review your model. So that's pretty much this step, which is for us really important, is that we want the author to validate the model, to give us the metadata that are missing, and also we ask for open access. It's a default option, but the right to say no. At the end, we're going to do a map of who say no, so they can say yes at the end. But right now, most of the people agree to open access. Only some people, but they're going to change things. And the second big stage is that right now we are developing a web service in the EwE software to directly import or export EcoBase models. So for example, if your EcoBase model is published, you just go in the EcoBase software, click on a button, fulfill some metadata, and your models go directly on the EcoBase with some validation procedure in the middle. And after it's open access for everyone. And same thing after, people will be able to directly upload your model in EcoBase to maybe see your parameters, develop other models, improve it. So it's really like we try to do collaborative. At the origin, to come back on this morning, it was very dictatorial, but that was an iron dictator, so it was okay. But now it's more collaborative. And so we're also thinking of development of new links with other databases as FishBase and FishBase. As I told you, FishBase is a great source of data for EcoBase. So, and there is new projects, for example, with the taxonomy tool and everything. And I think EcoBase can enable not only to go on that sense, but to go on the other one, to really, send data to FishBase, traffic level data, open up data types, coming from EcoBase. So it's not only going in one sense, but into the two senses, and so that's more collaborative and better for everyone. So in conclusions, I hope that today I showed you that EcoBase is really a tool that helps gathering and communicating information on EcoBase with EcoSym. For me, it's really important that it represents one data source where enabling reproducible and collaborative analysis. And it's a useful tool also, I think, to apply for funding, create partnerships, and enable new meta-analysis everywhere. Thank you.
Thank you, Mathieu Colleter, for your talk on EcoBase, its web services, and the plans for the development of links with FishBase and sea life base. Okay, we are ready for your questions.
Good afternoon, sir. Will you kindly elaborate further and share with us effective and doable scheme of gathering published EwE models which you are utilizing to facilitate the content improvement?
For me, it's I did not think yet of all applications that we can do with it. I receive emails, very often emails asking me, can I have all the PD ratio of all the jellyfish groups and all the models? So there is, right now we are really developing new web services and serving this request because I cannot do it on my own every time. But there is really a need for ecosystem modelers, but also all kind of stakeholders to know really what's in the models, to extract some precise things. So we're still working on it, but on my perspective, this meta-analysis has been gathering all these models is very useful for my meta-analysis. For example, focusing on, I work more on traffic functioning. So I've been trying to see if the transfer efficiency is different in continental shelf or upwellings. So trying to further it in more like traffic functioning things, but it can be useful for kind of different stakeholders, questions. So yeah, I'm really happy if a lot of people use it and ask me questions.
Any other questions? Anyone else?
Thanks.
Okay, thank you.